Welcome to the class of estimation, costing and specification students. So in this lecture we will discuss in detail about analysis of rate. Already you people have seen the definition of rate analysis or analysis of rate, but in today's class we will be discussing more in detail about analysis of rate and we will try to solve one numerical example also. So this is a relatively important topic in our unit 1. If the problem has to be if in the university external examination, if a problem has to be asked in unit 1, it will be from analysis of rates. Okay, so what is analysis of rate? Generally, in general terms, if we try to describe the analysis of rate, it is nothing but finding out amount and cost required per meter cube of an item or work is known as analysis of rate. Analysis of rate is carried out from the cost of quantities of material, cost of labor and other petty expenses. Okay, so if we try to elaborate in detail about the rate analysis, the basis of arriving at the correct or reasonable rate per unit work for a particular item following its specification and detailed survey of materials, labor, equipments, etc. That is to reach rate of concrete per cubic meter. The meaning of CUM is nothing but cubic meter. CUM is nothing but meter cube, cubic meter. Individual cost of the following are the considered. So what all are considered in the rate analysis? In the rate analysis, materials, the rate of materials is considered. Materials such as cement, sand, aggregate both fine aggregate and coarse aggregate. Okay, steel, admixture used per meter, cubic meter of concrete. Labor, how much labor will be employed or how much labor will be required for doing 1 meter cube of concrete or per meter cube of concrete. Labor such as mason, labor, carpenter, etc. Equipments, what all equipment such as vibrator, pump, transit mixture, batching plant cost per cubic meter of concrete, what all has to be used in the process of construction, that all will be considered in per cubic meter of concrete. So that all comes under rate analysis. So as I have explained you earlier also, what is generally the rate analysis? Fetching out amount and cost required per meter cube of an item of work is known as analysis of rate. Analysis of rate is carried out from the cost of quantities of the material, cost of labor and other petty expenses. What all again what other terminology which we use in the analysis of rate is nothing but 10% profit of contractor is included. Okay, 10% contractor profit is included. Contractor profit is included in rate analysis. Generally, what we do is in the rate analysis, the rate of materials are taken as rates delivered at the site of the work, and it includes cost at the origin plus cost of transportation, taxes and other loading and unloading charges. So rate of materials is equal to rate at origin, rate at origin means what we are purchasing from the shop plus transportation charges plus taxes and loading unloading charges. Loading and unloading charges. This all has to be included in the while we are estimating the rate of the material. And after the rate of material, there are different categories of labors. There are number of different categories of labors. Labors which are used in construction site, which are employed at the construction site, are of different types. What are those? One is mason. Mason is the head. Okay. Other is mate. Mate is nothing but helper. Okay. Mason is a skilled person. Again one is beldar. Beldar, it is unskilled mason. Beldar is nothing but unskilled mason. Again we have man mazdoor, man and woman mazdoor. We have man mazdoor and woman mazdoor, and we also have one more category, we call it as bhisti. Bhisti is nothing but water fetcher. Bhisti is nothing but water fetcher. So this is nothing but categories of labors which are employed at the construction site. Apart from that, carpenter, plumber, those are different types of labors. When we talk about constructing, when we are doing civil work, when we are playing with when we are pouring concrete or laying brickwork, this type of labors are employed. So for rate analysis, their capacity of doing their work and their wages must be known before. The capacity of doing their work and their wages should be much known before to us. Their capacity, we need to know the capacity and wages. Capacity and wages of these workers much in before to estimate correctly the rate. And next is lead and lift. Lead, lift. Lead is nothing but horizontal distance. Horizontal distance is known as horizontal distance from the site, or horizontal distance at the site, we call it as lead. Horizontal distance. Vertical distance we call it as lift. Vertical distance we termed it as lift. Generally a lead, we normally calculate lead by the intervals of 30 meter, and lift we calculate it for 1.5 meter. What does it mean? Suppose, okay, we have delivered material. This is our site. We have delivered our material over here. Suppose this is nothing but brick. We have delivered our brick over here, and this is our site. If the distance of transporting of this brick to this site is less or equal to 30 meter, then the normal charges, we consider it as one lead, and normal charges will apply. Suppose if the distance between this what we can say resources, okay, dumped resources, and to be transporting this site, if this distance is of 60 meter, we take it as 2 lead. What does this 2 lead means? The transportation charges of this brick to this site will increase. Similarly, when we talk about this vertical distances, if a person has to lift the material to a height of 1.5 meters, he takes it as one lift. If it is 3 meters, he takes at 2 lift charges. So in this manner, this lead and lift is very mandatory, or very mandatory, and has to be considered before giving an estimate or before doing an rate analysis. Next is finding out the quantities of material required for concrete. Finding out the quantities of materials required for concrete. For preparing 1 meter cube of concrete, the quantity of dry materials which we required is 1.52 meter cube. For preparing 1 meter cube of wet concrete, we required 1.52 meter cube of dry raw material, 1.52 meter cube of dry materials. Okay. For example, let us consider one example. For preparing 1 meter cube of 1:2:4, for preparing 1 meter cube of 1:2:4 concrete mix. Okay, how much material will be required? 1 is for cement, 2 is for fine aggregate, 4 is for coarse aggregate. Okay, this 1:2:4. Dry materials required for 1 meter cube of concrete. Dry materials required is nothing but for 1 meter cube of concrete into 1.52, that is nothing but 1.52 meter cube of raw materials or dry materials are required. 1 into 1.52 meter cube. Okay, so 1.52 meter cube of dry materials are required. So first of all, let us calculate the value of amount of cement. Amount of cement is required. Cement is nothing but the corresponding ratio. What is the value of cement? Corresponding ratio 1 by sum of ratios. What is sum of ratios? 1 plus 2 plus 4 into 1 by sum of ratios into the corresponding value. The corresponding value is 1. Okay, that is nothing but 1 by 7 into 1.52 or you can write here 1.52 only directly. 1 by sum of the values into 1 by 52. So it is how much? 1.52 by 7 meter cube. We required 1.52 by 7 meter cube. Similarly, the sand required is what is the percentage of sand? Fine aggregate 2 by 7 into 1.52, that is nothing but 3.47 meter cube be required. And we talk about coarse aggregate. Coarse aggregate is nothing but 4 by 7 into 1.52. 4 by 7 into 1.52. 6.8 by 7 meter cube. This is nothing but amount. This is nothing but amount of coarse aggregate, fine aggregate and cement required for 1 meter cube of wet concrete. That is nothing but 1 meter cube of wet concrete. When we talk about the cement, this quantity of the cement meter cube 1.52 meter cube, this quantity of cement has to be calculated. Okay, this has to be calculated in terms of per bag, this has to be converted to the volume of per bag. Okay, density of cement whose weight is per bag, the weight of per bag will be 50 kgs. In one bag 50 kgs of cement will be available. In one bag 50 kgs of cement will be available. The density of cement is around 14402 1506 kg per meter cube. The density of cement lies in the range of 14402 1506 kg per meter cube. More details about cement when we come to as we have seen, density of cement is around 1440 kg per meter cube. One bag of cement consists of is of 50 kg. Okay, one bag of cement is of 50 kg. The volume of one bag of cement consists of 0.0347 meter cube of cement. Okay, one bag of cement, if we convert it into the meter cube, we will get it by around 0.0347. How we are getting this? Volume is equal to mass by density. Volume is equal to mass by density. Mass is how much? 50 kg by density is 1440. So from this value we will get it as 0.0347 meter cube. So if you want to calculate how many bags of cement is required, bags of cement required for 1 meter cube of concrete. 1 meter cube of concrete. How we get it? Okay, what is the volume of one bag? Volume of bag is 0.0347. Okay, into how much amount of cement is present in 1 meter cube of concrete? Look at over here, 1.52 by 7. 1.52 by 7 into 1.52 by 7. We get it around 6.25. Therefore, for 1 meter cube of concrete, we required around 6.25 bags of cement. And the standard and when we come to the bricks concept, for brickwork 500 bricks are required for 1 meter cube of construction. 1 meter cube of construction. These are nothing but our traditional bricks. Okay, for our traditional bricks required for 1 meter cube of brickwork, brickwork construction, we required about 500 bricks, standard bricks. These are nothing but standard bricks. The size of this standard bricks is nothing but the size of this standard bricks, generally we take it as 9 each by 4 inch by 3 inch. The bricks of size 9 inches by 4 inches by 3 inches, which we generally termed it as a standard brick, for 1 meter cube of brickwork construction, about 500 bricks are required. About 500 bricks are required. Quantity of cement mortar between in brickwork construction, quantity of cement mortar required for brickwork, cement mortar required for brickwork is nothing but 30% is equal to 30% of volume of brickwork, 30% of volume of brickwork. Volume of brickwork. Labors required for brickwork. Next is labors required for brickwork. According to the standard rate schedules, okay, the labors required for brickwork, this is for 100 feet cube. This data is for 100 feet cube, or if we convert it, it will be 2.83 meter cube. It will be 2.83 meter cube. For this much amount of brickwork, we requires 2 1/4 mason. We require 2 1/4 masons and 4.5 mazdoors. 4 1/2 mazdoors. And when we talk about bhisti, water fetcher, half bhisti. Who is bhisti? Bhisti is nothing but water fetcher. For similarly, for laying of 1 meter cube of concrete, this was for, this data is for laying the brickwork. For concrete, for laying of concrete, we required, for laying of concrete, 100 feet cube or 2.83 meter cube. We required about half masons, okay, 3 beldars. What do we mean by beldars? Beldars is nothing but a next to mason, unskilled mason also we can call it as. We required around 3 mazdoors and 1.5 bhisti, waterman, water fetcher, the person who fetches the water. See, these capacities and number of labors for laying this we get it from standard. We have standard schedule of rates. We have Central Public Work Departments issues the standard schedule of rates and capacity of this masons. So from those data will get this the standard values of this. Okay. So before estimating or before doing the rate analysis, we should at least know this. Okay. How much? We need not remember this, but for exam point of view, we need to remember this. But generally, while estimating, we have all this data available in our schedule of rates book. So from that we can look and properly estimate it. So the summary of all this is nothing but data required for the analysis of rate. So what summary we can give it as what we have learned for the requirement of analysis of rate. The first of all, details of all operations involved in carrying out work has to be known. Details of all operations such as if there is excavation, if we have to pour the PCC into it, if there is a brick work, what all plastering is required, all details of all operations involved in carrying out the work. Then next, this work which we are executing, what all quantities of material are required and what are their market cost, that also we have to be clear with that. The number of different categories of laborers are required with their working capacity and daily wages, we have to know this. So this is nothing but the summary of analysis of rates. In analysis of rate, some more terminology, it depends upon some other factors. Rates of items also changes, those depends upon specification of works and material. What do we mean by specification? The type of work which we want to execute, whether it is of low quality, whether it is of good quality or superior quality, that comes under specification. Specifications of the works and materials, their quality, proportion and method of constructional operation. This has to be, this depends highly upon the rates of the items, the quantity of materials and their cost. If the quantity which we are procuring is of very less quantity, no one will be giving it at greater discount. So in that scenario, what happens? Automatically the cost gets increased. The next is cost of laborers and their wages. In sometimes during the shortage of laborers or during or when the labor are in greater demand, what happens? Their wages automatically get increases. So we need to check about that factors also. Location of site of work and the distances from source and conveyance charges. Okay, how much if the site is at located in the remote areas or at the countryside, what happens? The conveyance charges, the transportation charges increases. That has to be also keep into account. Overhead and establishment charges. Look about this. What are this overhead and establishment charges in the next slide? Profit and miscellaneous expenses of the contractor. As we have said that we keep around 10% of the total job work under the contractor's profit. When we talk about this overhead cost, the overhead cost comes to about 6 to 8% of the project cost. The overhead cost which we have to consider is around 6 to 8% of the project cost and include the indirect expenses. This overhead costs are nothing but indirect expenses. These are indirect expenses incurred during the execution of a project. General overhead charges which exist are nothing but establishment charges, that is nothing but paying of salaries to office staff, etc. Stationery, printing and postage, travel expenses, telephone and rent and taxes. When we talk about the job overheads, supervision, the salaries of engineers, supervisors, etc., handling of materials, repair, carriage, depreciation of T&P. What do we mean by T&P? Transportation and procurement. Depreciation of transportation, T for transportation, P is for procurement. Labor annuities. Okay, workers compensations, insurance, etc., interest on investment, losses on advances, losses on advances. This comes under overhead cost. This comes under overhead task. The last thing is nothing but task or outturn work. What do we call, what is this task or outturn work? The capacity of work by an artist or skilled labor in the form of quality of work per day is also known as task work or outturn of the labor. Task work or outturn of the labor. How much a labor, suppose if I employ a mazdoor in a total day, how much he works. We express his work in terms of quantities. For example, he will lay in one day, he will lay about 0.4 meter cube of brickwork, or in one day he will lay about 0.3 meter cube of concrete. So his energy, his capacity to do work is converted into our general civil engineering terms, such as laying of the brick in the quantities. Basically, his capacity to do work is termed into or is converted into his the quantity of work. The outturn of the work per artisan varies with situations and locations. In bigger cities where specialized and experienced labor is available, the outturn is greater than in small towns and countryside. In when organized work, less labor is required. If our work is very well organized in the sense, if we properly schedule it, okay, if we efficiently use our labor, then less labor is required. If less labor is required, automatically less wages, which decreases construction cost, which decreases the construction cost. I hope you people have understood this. So in the next class we will solve an example on this analysis of rate. Thank you.